Oh, hi there. I haven't got much to talk about this week, not flying DCS traps or anything, so I don't know. I just thought I'd say hello and try and think of something interesting to talk about. I don't know, we can see what's around. This might be the F-14 that was in Top Gun Maverick. It's still in the Top Gun Maverick paint. I guess that's pretty cool. Let's go have a look. What I'm hoping to see, I actually haven't looked at this yet, but what I'm hoping to see, if we come up here, so that's it, there's a roundel. I'm looking for the paint that they had on the movie. They had that big red bird. But this is definitely pretty awesome. Wow. All right, let's go around the front. There's an old Modex number, 201. There. For those that don't know much about F-14s, this is the gun, obviously. I just want to get a shot in there. So that's what the M61 Gatling gun is. And this one's obviously, the nose gear is compressed. So when they hook it up to the catapult, they compress the nose strut. I don't think they compress it that much. That's fully compressed. I can't see it, you know. I'm trying to see. There's the original big star there, insignia. I'm just trying to see the yeah, I can't see it. I thought I might be able to see the anyway, let's have a look. So this is the launch bar. Well, it's loaded pretty hard against the ground. Oh, you can move it. Yeah, it's got springs holding it down. So in a recent video, we talked about the launch bar. So the launch bar, when they lower it and taxi forward, it hits the buffer hook. It triggers the buffer hook to come up, and then the holdback bar drags it forward. But I'm guessing that's the springs that hold it down against the deck as you're taxiing. It's pretty neat. Look at that F-14 nose gear tyre. And then these are the big, the big tunnels where they put Sparrow missiles. All right. In here we've got the intake. These ramps come down to create shock waves in the inlet, depending on how fast it's going, to slow the air down going into the engine. And then if you look up through there, you can see it goes right up through the top of the fuselage. You can see daylight. And if you come down and go aft and look up, see here you can see the sky. There's little outlets on top. Alright, going to come around this way? Navigation light there, landing your door. And if you come over here a little bit. So when you're flying the F-14, if you're in parade formation, you're looking to see the Rio's ejection seat triangle on top of the leading edge of the right-hand engine intake. So about where we are right now is the visual reference, but obviously we're too close. Way over there somewhere. This is an AIM-9 Sidewinder. I think this is an M heat-seeking air-to-air missile. So these little fins turn. So the heat seeker looks for a heat signature like an engine of another aircraft, and then these turn to maneuver the missile towards the bad guy. And this is a really cool thing. These aren't on the new ones, but these little things here, if you look here, the air comes through, and there's the two little vortex generators, and these little, I think they're called roller-ons or something, but they spin and they give it stability, because these are on each little tip and they're spinning super fast, and they help stabilize the missile in flight. But the Sidewinder is called a Sidewinder because as it's chasing the heat, it wiggles through the air, so it looks like a snake. So this this is the glove vein, but these got deactivated early on in the F-14's career, so these would come out when it was supersonic. So it's like a little triangle that would come out, and they look really cool. But I think they found that they were just an unnecessary complexity. They weren't really adding much, so they were just locked out and deactivated. I think the newer ones, the F-14D, you can't even see that bit. It's sort of covered over. Is this a boring video yet? And there's the swing wing. So it looks like, see the seal there? It's got Teflon strips, or I guess it rubs against. It looks quite lightweight fairing.
Did this actually fly in Maverick?
No, F-14 hasn't flown in the US since 2006. But
right.
they took this one and painted it up for the movie, and they put it on the deck. I think it was the Theodore Roosevelt. They had it on the flight deck. But yeah, they actually sat it, so you see Rooster and Maverick get out of this exact one on the flight deck at the end. And they also took it to Lake Tahoe and they put it in the hangar, so when you see them steal it, this is the one they climb on. Yeah. All right. Wow. There's an F-14 main wheel. I guess about thigh height. And so this thing, when it retracts, it goes forward and it rotates. The wheel rotates like that, and the wheel sits up in there. If anyone's ever built models of these, trying to get this on the models, all the plastic models I used to build, it would always be a bit tricky. And I think, see this bit, it latches into the side of the fuselage here as well. So it helps, because it's a very strong undercarriage, designed for landing on aircraft carriers. So it's, and then this up here, this is actually a big pneumatic bag. So when the wing is out and there's nothing here, this inflates and it helps streamline the airflow from the gap left by the wing on top, and then the wing comes in and pushes it down. So you can see it's like a big soft bag here. And look, they've done repairs here. It's amazing. And this is the taileron, so it moves together for pitch, and then for roll they can move alternate. So you'll see that scene in Top Gun when they do the flyby of the tower and then they roll. There's a really good shot from behind of the F-14 flying up immediately after they buzz the tower, and it does this snap roll to the right, and you'll see these things kick, and you'll see the spoilers on the right wing pop up, because it would use spoilers as well for turning. It's just, yeah. Alrighty. And these are the ventral fins, on each side. So there's no engine installed, but these are the tail cones of the Pratt & Whitney TF30 engine. It's the same engine that's in the F-111, and these were the original engine for a long time, but they had a lot of problems with them. And eventually they got the GE F-110s on the F-14B and the D. But the engines are quite a long way apart. I think they're about 8 feet apart. So you see when Maverick and Goose fly through the jet wash, they have an engine out, and the other engine causes the aircraft to enter a big flat spin. And then they have to eject.
Is that the tail hook?
Yeah, this is the tail hook. Ooh. Looks like it's just been held up on this little lock here. Glad I didn't hang on that too heavy. Look how much space is in here. So normally they would have, or sometimes they would put a big TARPS pod, a massive reconnaissance pod. Look how much room in here. And so these center ones, they could put two, I think it was 2 Sparrows, big Sparrow missiles down the middle. But normally they'd have big pallets, so they could put 4 Phoenix missiles, which is a huge missile. But yeah, it's incredible. I've never, it's just a massive amount of space. Those are AMRAAMs. So the F-14 never carried AMRAAMs. That was It was Dale Snort. He was in charge of this program to bring an air-to-ground targeting pod to the F-14. So they were developing AMRAAM, but they cancelled it and they used that money to incorporate the Lantern targeting pod, the same pod that's on the A-10 and the F-15E Strike Eagle. I'm pretty excited. I think that was the fuel dump. No, sorry. This is the fuel dump. Yeah. So this is the beaver tail. They had different designs of these. There was one where it didn't have this nice... I think there was one... I've forgotten all the shapes, but I think there was one where it was more of a wedge. But there's a scene in Top Gun where the aircraft's coming head on and you see a big plume of smoke come out from behind it. I think it's fuel dump out of here, and it makes this really big, cool vapor vortex. Oh wow, this is neat. I'm trying to see on the tail if you can see the... I can't see any of the Top Gun Maverick markings. The things. Oh, look! This is amazing. Okay, there's a scene in Top Gun Maverick where it's looking down on top. It's the initial where they do the briefing, where it's Warlock and Cyclone briefing Maverick on the mission. They show a satellite top-down view, and they make a joke. Well, Cyclone makes a joke. He says that it looks like the, let's say, Iranian military is not the only one that hangs on to old relics. But anyway, there's a top-down view of the F-14, and there is at the end too, where you see them taxiing out. And it's got two stripes. There's one on the tail here, and there's one on the fuselage. And I didn't know what they were, so in our movies, I've painted them on. But if you have a look here, they're actually bits of anti-skid tape, and I've only just figured out what it is. So the reason those are there, I've only just worked this out. So see that? So you'll see these in the movie from the top-down views, and you'll see it when they taxi out of the I'm actually pretty excited because I haven't thought of this, and I've only just worked it out. And I put those stripes on my paint scheme that I made for our movie. What those are is after they get in the aircraft, Maverick tells Rooster to put the ladder up, and he does. And then Rooster runs around and disconnects the air and power and everything, and pulls the safety pins on the missiles. And then he comes back here and he jumps up on I think it's like a 44-gallon drum. So he jumps up here and then he jumps up here. So these bits of tape have been put there for the movie so that Rooster has something to step on when he runs up there, because he runs up over the fuselage to the cockpit.
So there's tape here.
Yeah, so that's what these are for. They've been put there specifically so Rooster can climb up for that shot where he goes to the cockpit. There you go. That's something I didn't know about, and I always wondered why those stripes were there. For years I've wondered why they were there, and I've only just realised it right now. That's pretty cool. Hey, it's not a boring video after all, is it? Okay. Oh no, this one's falling off. Oh, they spin. I didn't know that. They must unlock. Oh, okay. All right, well, here we go. Someone like Kirker would be watching this. Maybe just come around this side because the sun's probably... So here's something else I've just realised. I've only ever seen these fixed in like that, and I've never really paid attention that they actually articulate. So they must release. This is a release. And so what must happen is, I guess, if the missile gets too squirrely in flight, this is a big spinning gyroscope, and it must get out of plane, and that must, when the gyroscopic precession acts on it, it must help straighten the missile out or stabilize it somehow. Yeah, I didn't know they did that. So that's new. It's new. Have you got any questions? I might have run out of interesting F-14 facts. And I don't know why, but building models of these, I always love the way they do this big stripe here, the danger jet intake stripe. And whenever I did the decals, if you've ever built a model of one of these, you do the decal, you're always trying to look in the photos and see exactly how far. So it's obviously the tip of my finger. It's probably about an inch from that edge. And then if you get it lined up sort of here, and then this edge here, you paint this in your model. It's like a natural metal finish, leading edge.
And what's this?
That's an external drop tank. So these would bolt. This was a bit bashed around, but these would bolt underneath the intake. They might not have them on because it's too low. I don't know actually. Yeah, but no, these would be under the intake, and they look really cool. Like when I would build a model, often I would put them on just because I think they look cool. They give it an even bigger, beefier look.
Mm.
This is one of the best things ever. I've seen lots of F-14s, but you don't normally get to sort of. There's a bit of corrosion coming through. I'm sure they're going to repaint this at some stage. I wish they'd left the movie markings on. It'd be awesome to see, wouldn't it?
And how much did these cost to make back in the day?
I think they were about $70 million, but yeah,
Jeez.
Obviously that was 80s, 90s dollars. And these are the navigation lights. How cool do these look? These are another thing when you're a modeler, painting these. So obviously that's a red one for port side. Well, should we just go to the front and look?
Yep.
The most amazing view of an F-14, because it's got those big widely spaced engines. The most amazing. Hey, Dragon Slayer Jane, there's your Huey. That's what you fly.
Oh, wow.
So if you just get down low, yeah, and look at the front of it, how cool is that? Look at the way the wings, the way they go up, they're like big muscly shoulders. It's like just such a mean looking powerful aircraft.
Yep.
Yeah,
It is.
What a beautiful machine.
It's like it's ready to pounce.
Oh look, and I've just seen there too. See the tape there?
Oh, yeah.
So, I'll take the camera if you like, but if you film on top there, this is the normal anti-skid, so you would put that on as models, but this is new, this is not original, so this was put on for the film, just like the stuff at the back, I'm sure. There you go. All right. Well, hopefully that has been interesting. I'm in heaven. Oh, you see these little kick steps? Final detail. So the pilots, there's the ladders in here. I might ask if we can get it down. This video might continue if they open this ladder for us. But yeah, they climb there, and then this lowers down as well. This is a step. I think this is, no, that's not, is it? Maybe the pilot goes up here. I feel like there was another step here. Maybe they've, I don't know, we'll ask. But this would come down, yeah, and then they would use that, they kick their foot in there. I guess it's a handhold as well. Maybe it was just a handhold, because that feels more like a handhold than a footstep. But I know that these would definitely come down.
Any last words?
Well, as you might be able to tell, the F-14, don't tell anyone, is actually my favourite plane, not the F-18. I do like the F-18, but yeah, this is the best one. Alright, I hope you enjoyed that video. I'm actually really excited. I've just learnt some more movie facts that I didn't know before. But yeah, I'm going to spend another hour or two. What do you think? We'll spend another hour or two just walking around this?
Sure.